Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Carpathian countryside. We're going to be moving into August year 5 in just a few minutes. We're going to finish out this contract. Then we're going to go into August, and that's going to be the start of year 5. Hard to believe that we are that far into our gameplay on this Soul map. Mojo, glad you're here because, well, this is your stream. We'll get to that after the pre-show. Simper, what is up? What is up? Glad we had the second patch for Baldur's Gate 3 drop, because tomorrow we can kind of collectively decide, do we put you in Wither's wardrobe for Wayward Souls, or do we play with the dwarf cleric while you are absent? Farmer G, Delilah is correct. I did not pay the premium to get Starfield early. Normal price was, I believe, $59.99, and then premium was $100, so $40 more for 5 days early access and an expansion and some in-game stuff. And I really didn't feel like it was worth it for a mere 5 days. Donald, good evening. Hold on for a moment. All right, there we go. There we go. I wasn't getting any monitor in my headphones. When you're used to hearing yourself in the headphones, not hearing yourself in the headphones, well, that can be a little disturbing. As you wish. Maybe. Well, we'll bring in the heavy. What if we had 2 barbarians up front? We'll bring in Karlak and me, Ogre. Maybe we'll have putting Gale in. We'll have 2 wizards in the back. Or we'll let somebody play the cleric. I don't know. I don't know. We don't have options. How is that new system working? Have you tried it out on anything? So my thought process with Starfield is we're going to play it for the month of September, starting next Tuesday. And we'll see. We'll see at the end of September how the views are, how the interest is. And we'll then probably jump back to Farm Sim as our staple. Forza Motorsport's dropping in early October, I think. So then we're going to add Forza Fridays back with Forza Motorsport. And then City Skylines is dropping toward the end of October, 3rd week of October or something. So then we're going to do some cities streams on the weekend. Maybe Sunday afternoon. We'll see. We'll see how it all works. But I didn't really see myself playing Starfield for a long time. So I really didn't see needing or wanting to bother with possibly saving a few bucks on an expansion. I mean, if I didn't have a full-time job, then yeah, maybe I have more time to put into stuff. Probably, Delilah, probably. You know, it's the question is did they get the game? How early did they get access to the game for driver development? Right, we know it's an AMD sponsored title. And I would think at some point they would give the code to Intel and NVIDIA for driver development. But when did that actually happen is one thing. Well, you know how computers don't like divide by zero. It's like the impossible thing. So I know AMD dropped a new driver pack yesterday, day one early access release. NVIDIA probably did the same thing. Or NVIDIA will be dropping a day one patch on the 5th. Yeah, I watched the Nexus video. Mostly I wanted to see where my 3080 would land. It looks like it's a solid 60-ish on average at 1440p. It's hard to say. That might be the case. It probably is the case. Again, now since it's a title that is sponsored by one of the big two, competitive advantage. Although I don't know, has a game ever sold a graphics card? I don't know. We know in the day of console exclusives, games have sold consoles. That's for sure. But has a game ever sold a GPU on PC? Yeah, the 1070, the 10 series was pulling pretty good at 1080. I thought I'd go ahead and do this barley contract. We're sitting at $100,000. I finished out the hay contract yesterday while I was watching Sir Raz do his early access stream of Starfield. He had a little bit of a hiccup early on, but about an hour in, he finally got the game up and running. Makes me wonder if I am pressing my luck, trying to schedule a stream at 8 p.m. on the 5th when it's supposed to launch at 8 p.m. on the 5th. Well, why not? Oh, Richard, I watched a couple reviews, day one reviews of reviewers who did get early access to it. Apparently for Xbox X and S, it's going to be locked at 30 FPSs, which I kind of was expecting. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Carpathian countryside gameplay. Tonight, we're going to be starting our 5th year of gameplay here on the server. We've got nearly 300 pigs. We have 150 cows, 240 chickens. Just animals galore. We're well in the way of productions. We're doing pretty darn good here to be starting out our 5th year. We're going to be playing Carpathian Countryside for us for the next couple days. And then we're going to jump over to kind of having Starfield to be the staple of our streaming for the month of September. We'll still be covering maps for Farm Sim when maps do release. We're still going to be covering the DLC, so when the Oxbow pack drops, we will be covering that. We'll be covering fact sheets, assuming Giants gets them to me in an acceptable time frame, because giving them to me at 3 hours before embargo ends, when it's 4 in the morning, my time, well, that's not going to work. So we're not going to be able to put a video out or something like that. But normal streams in the month of September after release will be Starfield, either until 1, I decide I'm done with it, or 2, the month's over. And before we get too far into this, I want to give a shout out to 2 fabulous Farm Baron members in Hitman67 and Mojo Jojo. Thank you for being Farm Barons. Rabbit Rob, what is up, sir? What is up? It is Friday. Time to go out there and grab yourself some yogurt at the yogurt place. Do they still have those? Do they still have those, like, TGI yogurt places? TGIY? What do they call them? I don't know. All I remember is something about TGI yogurts. It was a yogurt place. Did anybody down south get hit by the hurricane? Honestly, I forgot all about the hurricane. That's it. TCBY. CTCBY, TIGF. It's all the same. It's a bunch of letters. They still exist. We had one of those in our little podunk town. I remember going to get yogurt because I thought the chick that worked there was hot. The things you do when you're a kid. How is your arthritis going to experience the hurricane when you're a good 1,000 miles away? You're a good 800 miles from me. And it was several hundred miles from me. Farming Sins, what is up? What is up? I was looking at the Caribbean and the Atlantic. Very, very busy storm season. Multiple hurricanes, tropical depressions, tropical storms are brewing all over the darn place. Farming Sins has got himself a night shift. Who remembers watching the show Night Shift? Man, that was a good show. That was a good show. Look at that. We got 240 chickens, 50 sheeps, 150 cows. We're about to pop out some more cows here in a little bit. Nearly 300 Piggly Wigglies. We have a batch that's about to spew. No, but we got a lot. In different stages of repro or puberty. That is correct, Tiggy. This is not Starfield. Now I did put in to get a content creator key from a website that I know about, but nope, didn't get it. Because they said they were going to send out keys on the 1st. Well, it's the 1st, and I haven't gotten one, so we're going to have to wait till the 5th. I'm excited to see either how bad I suck or just what path I want to go down. I think I want to be a space cowboy. That sounds exciting. Then I could kind of relive Firefly. Right? Who remembers Firefly? Show that never had a chance. Fox killed it off before it even was done airing its 3rd episode. Basically, they aired shows out of order. They moved it around the time slots so much that anybody that actually wanted to watch the show couldn't figure out when the heck the show was on. I liked the mechanic chick. I thought she was nice. She was easy on the eyes, as they say. So yeah, I want to do a space cowboy. Can you name your character? If you can name your character, I want to name my character Marcus. Marcus the Space Cowboy. Oh, chunk, I missed my turn. I have to say, I never played any of the Fallouts. None of the Elder Scrolls. Pretty sure I've got some Elder Scrolls because I'm sure they were free on Epic at some point or free in some other platform I collected the games on. But you know, it's one of those, if there was ever time, right? Never enough time in the world. But I am good to hear that the gameplay is fairly well for you. Really glad to hear that. So, Tiki, do you want to put Semper in the Wither's wardrobe of wayward souls tomorrow, or do you want to play as a cleric as well as a wizard? I was thinking we could either have 2 barbarians up front hacking and slashing, or we could get Gale in and have 2 wizards flinging mystical spells in the back. Me and the kid are going to do some multiplayer, I think, tomorrow afternoon. And I've been trying to figure out what character I want to be. And I kind of was thinking about being a bard. Well, you'll be there tomorrow night, right? Of course, Tuki's planning on tossing them in the wardrobe. Why not? Why not? We're gonna be done this contract in probably about 10 minutes. Then we can move on because our wheat field is just about ready to go. We don't really have enough money to buy another field unless we jump over here and buy field 12, but I don't think we're gonna have enough money for that either. So we're kind of stuck at this point. $100,000. This is going to net us probably another 12, 10. Then we'll go up and harvest our wheat. We'll need to top off our pig production, I think. Has anyone else seen weird anomalies with your local McDonald's? Every Friday we let the kid pick where he wants to eat for dinner. We say it's his special night, so he gets to pick. Today he wanted to get a Big Mac. So they have a Big Mac combo meal. I don't know if you've seen this on the app. You can get 2 Big Macs, you can get a 20-piece nugget, you get 2 fries for like 23 bucks. So that's what we got. And usually the Big Macs are like, they've got a whole head of lettuce on them, right? It's like you can't find the meat for the lettuce. Lettuce is spewing all over the place. I think on these tonight we had maybe 10 little flecks of lettuce on each. It's like, WTF, man. Schultz, what is up? What is up, sir? How is your gameplay on the Field of Stars? What kind of frames you seeing, and do your frames match up what the Nexus of Gamers is telling you? I think they ended up doing their run in the city, similar to what they do in Cyberpunk. Here, Cyberpunk's getting an update, big update, free update. I never bought that because I kind of figured I would wait till I could get it for free somewhere. Plus the fact it was a super hot mess when it came out. It'll probably be worth buying in like a couple weeks. Or whenever that update drops. That's what they showed. I think they showed something like 70-ish frames. Native, they didn't use any scaling. Oh no, 1080p, it was 100. But at that point, it was a game engine bottleneck. Yeah, they spent half the video talking about what they did and how they arrived at the benchmark location that they decided to use. And it looked like they kind of captured frames from all over the place in order to try to come up with a demanding location that wasn't the most demanding, but was relatively a fairly well sample of average demanding. That was also repeatable, right? You can't have random encounters showing up during your benchmark runs. David, good morning. Have you slept at all? Did you sleep at all during your first day of Elder Scrolls in the Stars? How's the Starfield controller? Yeah, I would not want to have to be stuck at 30. Looks like my 3080 is going to be around 60-ish on 1440p. Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was a cool feature. Nope, I will not. I will not subject my space cowboy to that foul canned food. I think if I see that, I'm going to just toss it right down the space toilet. We're going to play a game called Will It Flush? if I find a case of it in my cargo hold, I'm just gonna put it in the just gonna put it in the airlock and just expel up the space. So you're saying they have Canadian bacon? I stopped watching Raz's stream last night. He was just starting to explore that moon. It was getting late. Needed to go to bed. I probably really won't watch any more coverage now. That way it'll all be new and exciting. Hopefully. Did anybody see the mod that dropped today? The Silo Bunker Helper. It's a PC only mod, but it allows you to hire a helper to do your silage compacting. That looked like that would be a great time saver if it ran well. Like if the tractor wasn't going to be running up against the side of the bunker and everything. Elite Farming, what is up? What is up? Farming, I haven't downloaded it, looked at it, I just kind of read the description. Let's go see how much product we have left over. And then run it down to my chickens. Then I won't have to feed chickens ever again. Because I'm hoping when we get back from our little Starfield side adventure that we will be on a different map for our streaming in October. I just don't know what that map's going to be quite yet. Of course, November we're going to have Lanka premium expansion. What are we going to have in October? I don't know. Heck, maybe American Falls will drop again by then. All right, we have 5,000 or 7,000 liters of barley, plus whatever's in the harvester. Anybody else try the Bucker Silo Helper? I'll be able to help elite farming with the suggestions. It sounded like you just drove the tractor up to the middle of the bunker. And as long as you were in the bunker, you could hit H to hire a helper. But again, I haven't tried it. I just wish, I mean, I'd love to see a mod that allowed instant compaction. Right, we see 14,000 liters left over. We see some maps that have compost that require compaction. Basically have compost set up to be like near instantaneous, right? You drive on it once and it's 100%. Going through the motions is fine, but if you've got a bunker with like 1,000,000 liters in it, having to spend 30 minutes going forward and backwards or longer is a bit much. So if there was a mod that like made it like 5 times faster. Alright, let's head over here to Chicken Coop. Then we'll drop off our barley. Complete our contract. And head to sleep. Oh, I might not be the right part. I might have to go down another town. Yeah, we're not at the right part of the map. We gotta go south. Maybe north a bit more. That's where I wanted to go. Right here. you. Looking good on the food. Before we do that, let's see what's on sale. Nothing is on sale. What kind of dealer doesn't have any sales going on? Oh, so like it's like alt on BG3. Nope, I'm not interested in those sales. Not interested in that. But lucky, field 2 is ready to harvest. But before that, let's see how our animals are doing. Chickens are good. Sheep are good. Cows could use a little bit. Pigs are good. Pigs are good. Pig food. Maxed out. Alright, we don't need to start that. Forage. We could do that a little bit. We could turn that on. How much is our poo pellets? Oh, this is the day. This is the day that poo pellets should be sold. So let's go here and auto sell our poo pellets. Farmer G, you still here? You still here? We plan on releasing that poo pellet factory. I think people would like it. Oh, we gotta check our bakery. See if we need milk taken down there. While that's running, let's check our bakery. Oh, we're doing good on that. How much milk do we have? 37,000 liters of milk. How's the milk price? Oh, it's not good. Not good. Next one. It wasn't. Oh. Schultz, you did. Yes, you did. And I did not activate them. I'm pretty sure I dropped them in the mod folder, but I did not activate them. Now it is. I'll be dropping this in the Discord after the stream. I got it, I downloaded it, I put it in the mod folder, and then I forgot all about it. Because usually after I start doing a gameplay, I don't add mods. So the idea of activating things, it's gotta be like in my head. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Rabbit Rob! Rabbit Rob! Oh, barley juice. We could have wore that while we were doing barley. Oh, farming's my chill. Schultz made that logo. Oh, here you go. Feeding the world since the dawn of time. Oh, bad things, man. Bad things. Bad things, mayhem crew. Let's go with that. What? No. Okay, there we go. Fold up. Fold up. All of that clothing in real life can be found in the merch shop. Or if you're on the Discord, you can download your own FARMER-KLEIN clothing. Combine it with the wardrobe mod. And wear your own fancy garb in-game. Thank you, Schultz, for working that up. Turkey, free samples come 6 to 8 weeks after you have paid the piper. They're due. Anybody go to PAX East? No, PAX East, PAX West. PAX West is going on. I think PAX West is going on right now. Yes. PAX West is going on right this moment. Who's out west and who's planning on attending? Giants is there. Giants has early access to Premium Edition. You'll be able to possibly play some Premium Edition. If you go to PAX West, it's in Seattle, Washington. From what I understand, there are some content creators there as well. That'll be good enough for the cows. Come on. Let's reverse properly. Not quite over far enough. Any of you all ever eat at the cookout? We've got one coming to town. The wife is all excited. They basically serve cookout foods. Hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, baked beans, potato salads, probably chicken sandwiches, stuff like that. We're gonna go up here where our solar panels are. Thought about putting down a fourth array, but then I thought, no, that's enough. 3 is good enough. Gonna do some PM on our harvester. Get her all greased up. Maybe knock some of this barley dust off of it. That's good. That's good. Lift talk. Welcome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we gonna be... Will it fit? No, it won't fit. There we go. What do you call? I don't do favorites, but it's a map I've enjoyed playing for. I think we got about 150 hours on this game save. Oh. But we'll soon be hanging this one up. Or who knows what next. I don't know what's next. Are you serious? How much can you sell a roll of duct tape for? I mean, you never know when your suit might spring a leak. That duct tape might save your life. Well, Tuki, can you use the duct tape on her to shush her up? Have you tried it? Yeah, I don't think we're not going to collect the straw. We have more than enough straw. I was like, how the heck do I have $134,000? I just spent a ton of money on maintenance. But I know how we have it now. We sold our pellets. Our manure pellets. Manure. We're gonna keep selling them manure pellets all month. That's how we did that. What's the razor leaf? Is the razor leaf like a ship? I was watching a video today, they were like, basically suggesting the best upgrade for your ship early on is a fuel tank, a larger fuel tank. So you can go more places faster. There's my three. Those are my 3 solar arrays. I tried to place them out so they weren't shading each other, but I didn't do that good of a job. I'm gonna go after the stream. I'm gonna finish watching that video I linked. It's like a whole bunch of things I wish I knew at level 1. That way when I do start on Tuesday, I'll have a little bit of a accelerated start. I loot everything for the most part on BG3 in the single player. Cookie and Jerry loot everything in the multiplayer. And I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be that looty. I want to know what loot's worth grabbing and what loot's not worth grabbing. I don't think duct tape is going to count as ornamental. I want to be a space cowboy running contraband. That's what I want to do. I want to have a ship loaded to the teeth. If need be, fight my way out of any scenario. Also our PF score. PF score me, baby, 99. Nice. 91. And that's with this pitiful 72 and 70. Well, proceed. Remember back in the old days when you'd have a game and you'd have a physical strategy guide? You know, you go to the grocery store or your game store and you have to buy the strategy guide. You have maps of all locations and key story plots marked out. Maybe where the best loot was. Kids these days, they got the internet. It's not the same. Well, this is my first year, Delilah, with a seeder that was a direct seed. I had to cultivate all the other years. I still have to cultivate all my planters, fields I have to plant with. And how about that was the same generation where where games were finished when they were released because there was no way to do updates. It's like, this is how it is. When we release it, this is the final. So when did Fallout 4 come out? I think it was last night or maybe this morning. I was looking to see what titles were Bethesda titles and when they came out. I forgot Bethesda bought id. Because of course Doom is now a Bethesda title. Wolfenstein's, that whole franchise is now Bethesda. Of course, Fallout, the Skyrims, the Elder Scrolls. So, 8 years back, yeah. You'd be hard up now to find, you know, physical copies of stuff. And what's the deal with Blizzard Activision? Is that going through? Is it basically so old to the point where the people who were opposed to it are like, I honestly don't care anymore. Just go away. They maybe do online guides, but are you? I mean, you can't charge money for stuff like that anymore. There's plenty of places that have it out there for free. I'm not a puzzle person. I can't stand word puzzles. I can't stand those, you know, picture puzzles, whatever they're called. I'm 100% not a word scramble puzzle person because, you know, what's an absolute evil thing to do? It's an evil thing to make someone who can't spell worth a darn try to do a word scramble or try to do one of those word finds. That's just hateful. I can't spell the word to begin with, and then you scramble the letters up and you expect me to come up with words? So I'm a big fan of just, all right, what's the solution? Google it real fast and then just do it and move on. Because for me, pleasure is not in solving a puzzle. Pleasure is getting through the puzzle and then moving on to the next thing. Farmer G, get with it. Tell those UK guys to just get over it. It's going to happen no matter what. They Brexited it already. They made their stance up on their hill. So there's been some puzzles on, or not so much puzzles, but like in Baldur's Gate 3, there's things where you have to, there's at least 2 furnace mini missions, side missions. One doesn't really give you the best stuff. The second one gives you some pretty darn good stuff that you can probably use fairly far through the game. I tried it, it didn't work. So I was like, alright, fine. Go look it up, figure it out. It's like the one puzzle, it's like the one forge. I had the molds. Okay, the mold obviously goes there. Put it in there. The crucible, well, obviously your ore goes in there. I had ore. Not the right ore, apparently, but I had ore. Tried that. Nope, didn't work. So I immediately just looked it up and said, okay, obviously the ore I have doesn't work, so what does work? And where do you get it? Or that moon thing. I haven't never figured the moon thing out. Just give me the answer. What's this lock-picking minigame? I assume that's Starfield. Cookie, did you play any of the previous games by Larian Studios? Was it the Divinity series? I think this mod was updated, this harvester. I just haven't gotten around to adding it. There we go. And wrong button. Wheat. We can go and put wheat in this thing right away. The rest go in storage. Oh, what did I do that for? And off we go. So what's the UK's summary of the UK stance? Then what's their argument that everyone else is just giving up on? They're not a monopoly. There's plenty of other game developers out there. And what if Microsoft decides that's fine? We just don't need to do business in the UK. We're not interested in selling products in the UK again. I mean, what's one country in a global economy? You're reusing your case? You don't have a hand-me-down use for the old one? I always end up with some sort of hand-me-down use. I mean, I saw what Caleb put in Discord related to Bethesda and Sony. So, you know, maybe, right? Maybe if Bethesda released things on PlayStation, there would be less of a inclination of that. But there's been exclusivity for as long as there's been consoles. Well, I mean, technically Nintendo, I would say, would be the first to do exclusivity. I mean, you're not gonna find your Mario franchise on anything other than Nintendo. Especially back in the day between Sega and Nintendo, right? If you wanted to play anything Mario, you're gonna have to have a Nintendo product. Don't want a Nintendo product? Well, then we don't want you playing Mario. And they will pursue with much aggro anyone that they feel is in any way infringing upon their copyright and their intellectual property. And then Sony came before Xbox. So yeah, Sony had their own exclusives following Nintendo's example. Sega had their exclusives. I mean, if Nintendo wants to play that way, then okay, fine. Games will sell consoles. It's happened before, it'll happen again. But I know part of the Activision thing is they're like, well, you know, Sony's afraid we won't give them Call of Duty. So we'll guarantee Call of Duty for, you know, for Nintendo for 10 years or whatever. Right? See? It's not going to be an exclusive. You want Call of Duty? Just ask for it. Quit sitting in the corner crying like a little baby. Why don't you just ask for things? Maybe it's a big show, but I think Microsoft has been more inclined to put anything and everything on Windows and Xbox for far longer than the whole Activision purchase bid. Right? Several years ago, they made a stance. If it was going to be on Xbox, it was also going to be on Windows. They're selling the Xbox gaming ecosystem. They don't really care if you're playing their games on PC or the console. Because money's in the subscription. Money's in the software. Well, who was the studio that did the Halo for a long time? Right? They're shut down. Right? Did they shut themselves down? Did Microsoft shut them down? Oops. I still need to put that darn harvester stop mod in. Bungie? Yeah. Oh, Aces did Flight Sim? I just wish everyone would play nice together. So who does, I guess, Microsoft Studios themselves does the current flight sim? I did not watch anything related to SnowRunner or MudRunner, no. I think I saw it somewhere. Posted, but I haven't watched it. I haven't watched anything about motorsports either for a long time. I know Burtis keeps posting videos in the ACC channel. I just haven't seen them. It's been ultra busy at work. Start of the new academic year. Things are starting to get settled in a little bit. Most of my watching a video time is at work when I can just put it on, kind of have it in the side window as I'm doing other things. But there's times where I won't even think about being able to watch anything until 3 in the afternoon. Amy, good evening. You know what, let's go unload this. I think today from like 10:30 till probably close to 2. I didn't really get the chance to sit down. So this is a MudRunner sequel, new MudRunner, like not a SnowRunner 2. Is it done by the same folks that did SnowRunner or a different studio entirely? What's up, Dwayne? Yeah, it was Spent Tires, MudRunner, then SnowRunner, and now MudRunner 2. I enjoyed SnowRunner for the time I played it. Over a year. And we went back to it a little bit, but honestly, the return to SnowRunner really wasn't that wholehearted. Kind of was used to bridge the gap. Look, you're harvesting Schultz's oats, and he's been in here chatting it up with us. I think you need to reevaluate. Oh, Simper's baling your hay. Dwayne is harvesting your oats. What does Schultz even do on this farm? Paul, thank you for being a member for 3 months at the farm hand level. Very appreciate it. So overall, let's give a thumbs up, thumbs down on your thoughts on Starfield. Was it worth? Was it worth the $100? Are you gonna be playing it long term? Or are you gonna come back to it when the expansion drops, whatever that is? I didn't think I was going to put 100 hours into it, so that's why I didn't get it. I thought I could probably easily put 60 hours into it, but I didn't think I was going to put 100 hours into it. Maybe that'll change. Maybe that'll change. Oh my gosh, I'm full again. Well, you figured out enough to battle space scorpions. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, just chilling out here, harvesting my wheat. But that's the only thing we have ready to harvest now. Canola, canola, wheat. Do I need canola? I got some. This is the only thing I have ready to harvest. I'm gonna have my canola ready to harvest next month, and my sorghum ready to harvest next month. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna be ready next month. I want to know, can you space farm? You can set up outposts. I know you can set up outposts to mine minerals. And then I assume that you can produce things with those minerals. And then possibly set up export import operations to bolster your income sources. Can you set up some sort of space farming? I mean, if we can be a space farmer, I might just drop completely the space cowboy idea and become a space farmer. But I really like the space cowboy idea and pretending that I'm a Firefly show. Because I heard during one of the reviews I watched, one of the factions is kind of like space cowboys. Spectre 51, welcome. Long time no see. How you been? What you doing? What's your interest these days? It would be nice if we had a bigger harvester. Harvest stores. $3.49. What can I sell this one for? 117,232 plus 137,697. It's 254,929. Oh, I'm short by 100K. Dang it. I need that harvester to be on sale. What's Morris, Manitoba? Oh, it's a map. I was like, that's the weirdest of the name of a game I've ever heard. What is it about? Is it released over at Itch? Face Place? Somewhere else? I thought Where's Waldo was Canadian because of the socks. That's also not a fun thing to do for someone who's colorblind. Today we were looking up, I was over at the basketball court. They want to put a camera up to capture gameplay automatically as opposed to them having to do it manually. And there was a blue line, a gray line, I don't know what color line it was, on the court just either side of center. Because of course the court was lined up for all sorts of things. Basketball, volleyball, who knows what other kind of ball. And I was like, is that line blue or gray? And well, we had 4 other people in the room, or in the court, and 2 of them said it was blue. 2 of them said it was gray. And I'm like, well, there you go. It doesn't really matter what color the line is. Camera's got to be between those. I set that baler up thinking I was going to bale the straw, but I'm not. I could use maintenance on this tractor. Reef, what's up? Welcome to the show. How are things going? Yeah, I'm interested in what traits I should pick for character creation. That's okay, Reef. That's the way things work out. That's life. So instead of being a jack of all trades, you're a jack of no trades. You're equally unproficient at everything. I want to be a space cowboy that's good on the draw with a pistol in either hand. No, Spectre, even worse than that. A jack of no trades and a master at nothing. A master at being no good at everything. Reef, I would just say to look at an existing mod map and see what they did. I think every sell point starts out as a placeable. Oh, you're a bounty hunter with a fan? You're gonna get an adoring follower. Did you call your character dog? I wanna be a green thumb space cowboy. That has an aptitude for impulsivity. Schultz's character has no background because he was formulated in a lab. They grew his body and then inserted the memories from someone else. I don't know. Alien DNA may give you a special perk later on. Like eating worms. You never know when that benefit might come back. And speaking of merch, we're wearing some of our own merch right now. I don't know how well you can see it. Farming and feeding the world since the dawn of time. Then we have bad things. We have our farming's my chill. What's yours? And then we have authentic barley juice since 2019. All of those are available as a add-on mod. I'll be posting that in Discord after the stream, or if you want your own physical merch, check out the merch store linked in chat. Rabbit Rob loves his barley juice glasses. We've got stickers, we've got shirts, other garments, other products, water bottles. All right. In here. And then we're gonna run a run around. You've got a shotgun that gives a little extra punch for alien DNA. You have to scan people to know if they have alien DNA? Or it's really obvious because they're really not, you know, normal looking? So as far as weekend plans go, I don't know if we're going to be streaming this tomorrow afternoon. I promised the kid that we were going to do some Baldur's Gate multiplayer, so I might do that tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night we have our normal Baldur's Gate multiplayer session that we do offline. So if I don't do an afternoon stream tomorrow, we'll be back possibly Sunday afternoon. Nope, not Sunday afternoon. Because Sunday afternoon we are doing ACC on Silverstone. That'll be members only live stream. Sunday night we'll hopefully be back at ATS. We didn't stream last Sunday night. Wife was making dinner, and that was running long. And it just didn't feel right to try to rush and get it eaten in like 10 minutes. So we just said, you know what? No. Let's just focus on the family, and there's plenty of opportunity to stream at another time. So, barring something like that happening again, we're doing ATS Sunday night, and then that puts us back possibly streaming Wednesday or Tuesday. No, oh my gosh, possibly streaming Monday, Farm Sim, and Tuesday trying our own hand at Starfield. See if I'm bit by the same timing problem Raz was bit with yesterday. I would like to be able to get all of this crop harvested on all of these fields, but I don't know. It might not happen before we move off for Starfield. I've said when we come back in October, I'm looking for a map to play. Hopefully there'll be one released in September that draws my interest. Otherwise, quite frankly, I don't know what we're going to do. Where'd the pole go? So your breakfast, your chocolate breakfast cereal is in the shape of a dog? Does that mean that it's made from dog? or it's intended for dogs and you're just eating it? I'm a little confused here. Anderson Tanker, good evening. How are you doing? Glad to have you drop by for a little bit. Where are you going? This guy's GPS is all messed up. Well, I guess teacher jam or creature jam is better than toe jam. It was a game that was toe jam and what? Toe jam and something. I think it was a worm. Anybody remember that? This taken care of. What I am wishing I could, I'm probably gonna have to pick some up at the at a local's farmer's market. I got for some pepper jelly. I know Simper makes pepper jelly. You got me on the pepper jelly kick. Need to go to the local's farmer's market and pick some up. It's good on crackers. Like pepper jelly and those club crackers, those rectangular ones. We've had a bit of a dry spell here, and there's a field of corn I drive by on the way to and from work, and it is like, over the last 2 weeks it has gone from fairly green to a very, very, very dry look. We might as well just go empty this. We're not going to get that full load. We don't get some rain soon. I think there might be an early corn harvest. when does your pepper jellies peppers usually come due? Oh, sit around waiting on someone to call. Who you gotta call? Toe Busters. Maybe that's not the best name. Now that I think about it. How are we doing? How you doing? 55,000. So we'll have 70,000 or so. We'll probably get a good 100,000 off that field then. Some pretty good yield. Satisfied with that. We got corn, we have sunflowers, we have sorghum. And we have canola left. Go. If we were to seed again, I think I would mulch and start this process all over again. So we got a little bit there, we have a little bit there, and then we have all that on the other side of that little tree line. I think we'll run a little long tonight and get that harvested. So we have a little bit here. All right, we got that little bit, this little bit, and that little bit. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Was it like diesel? Was it gasoline? Heating fuel? Propane? What are those space heaters that require oil? We never used them, but I dated someone who's, for some reason, they heated their house with those. That was like 30 years ago. name of the fuel? But you get it at a pump. But you get it at the gas station. It just has to be a specific pump. Kerosene, that's it. Kerosene heaters. Well, it probably does, Kenneth, but probably dumps carbon monoxide in the air or some other form of oxide. That's not good in the long run. But they sold space heaters that were kerosene. I mean, you wouldn't really buy a space heater in order to heat an open area. At least not that shape. Yeah, the jet engine shaped heaters. Yeah, they would be used for big sheds. We had one at farm. It's a farm a long time ago. It was good for heating up engines before you try to start your diesel. Fire that thing up and point it towards the tractor for a half hour. These are round, stand-up space heaters that had, you know, fuel tank in the bottom and vented right out into the room. Ether. Ether was usually what was starting fluid. Yeah, highly volatile aerosol mixture. I mean, usually we would take the exhaust pipe off the engine and spray down in it. Try to get some super volatile aerosol in the cylinders. There we go. Yeah, I mean, starter fluid, or starter spray. Either way you look at it. I have to say, with all of our gameplay here on this map, we've not cut down a single tree. Trying to get all this squared off. Make finishing it a lot easier. Truck was hauling gas. Truck and trailer flipped in the river, and that's not good. So are they going to plan to pump the tank out and then try to get the tank out of the predicament it's in? Sure would make things a lot lighter. There we go. Cookie's level 6. He's slacking. It's all that picking stuff up. If you get on the ball. Do we know, is there a max level? I heard in a review that planets or locations are both at a suggested level. Are the levels based on completing missions, or are they based on like a points system? Like, to reach level 2, does everyone have to do the same thing? Okay. If I've ever played a Bethesda title, none of the titles I saw in the Steam listing for Bethesda made made me recollect ever playing them. I had a massive gap from, gosh, I don't know how far back. The original Xbox, the one with the big green X on the top. I had an original Xbox for a while. And then I got into sim racing. Like mid 20 teens. And then 2017 got into farm sim, and well, this is where we are. So I had a huge gap of many years. That's gonna do it for our field of wheat. That's gonna do it for the month of July. I thought we were already in July. I thought we were gonna get into August. But apparently we were only in June. I don't foresee myself doing any of these contracts. I don't see myself doing any of these hay contracts. With manure, we're just going to store that now. Turn that off. Turn that off. Put that down. Let's go ahead and roll our credits and get this in a silo. We'll see what we have as far as total grain harvested. 70,000 liters plus we have. Plus we put 15,000 in the production, and I've got 25,000, so just over 100,000 liters of wheat off of this field. Not a bad overall haul. But thank you all for coming out and watching. Tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be doing a Saturday afternoon stream. I got to get the haircut with the kid. I'm going to try to do that in the morning. I know the wife has some other things that she wants to do with him in the morning as well. I told him we would do some Baldur's Gate multiplayer. So I picked him up a copy of the game earlier this week so he could play on his own laptop. I got my laptop, and we can play together now without having to use controllers. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing our Baldur's Gate multiplayer with Tiki and Jerry, because Simper's going to be gone. Sunday mid-afternoon, we're going to be doing a members-only live stream on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Just 2 more weeks of that. We're going to be at Silverstone this week. And then a Sunday night, hopefully we'll be back on American Truck Sim, cruising the roads of Oklahoma in our new community paint scheme. And I believe the rest of the community is satisfied with our community goal as well, so we'll have to collect whatever that reward is also. Until next time, happy farming.